Good morning. I'm finishing up the review, and I said I would come back to problem 18. Veterinary doctors marked 30 deer and released them. Later on, they counted 150 deer, 12 of which had marks to the nearest whole number. What is the best estimate? Okay, so this was their sample. This is their population. Okay, so they marked 30 out of, that's their sample of their population. So that sample and their population, we don't know how many deer there were. And then later on, they took us, later on, they saw 12, which is their sample of 150. So they're actually setting up a proportion to solve it. And what you would do is you would get rid of the denominator by multiplying by 150 by both sides. And so that would be 150 times 30 equals 12. And then in the same thing, I'm going to multiply both sides by x. Oops, x, not there, and x, and that would be 12x. And then I would do 4,500 equals 12x. Divide both sides by 12. And so you get x equals 900. So my assumed, this was my sample of my 900 population, where this is my 12 to my 150. And then we're going to continue on to question 22. So the snack bar at the local swim club wants to add some items. We do this for inventory all the time. HEB does this phenomenally. It's already the snack bar employees survey every 5th member who places an order at the snack bar. So 5th member, that's okay. Would prefer them to add. The results of the survey are shown below. Based upon the results of the snack bar went to order 100 additional snacks. Okay, so what we're going to do, how many would be soft pretzels? Okay, so we have 78. So when we have 78 over, and we add these up, and there's a whole total of 120, equals, so this is part over whole, and we would go 100. Now, and we don't know how many if we're going to do that. And so what we're going to do is, some of you learned to solve proportions is cross multiply. So you're going to multiply both sides by 100. That gets rid of the denominator on that side. And then you're going to multiply both sides by 120. And that gets rid of the denominator on that side. So it's 100 times 78 equals 120x. And when I solve for x, I get 65. Okay? And then, let's see. Restaurant wants to offer pies on its dessert menu. 50 restaurant surveys 50 random. Love that it says random. Customers about their favorite kind of pie. The results of the survey are shown in the table. 400 are served. How many of them would be apple? So this says that this is total is 50. So they already added it up. And they have 28 out of 50. And now they want to do 400. Well, I'm going to do it as, I can do it by multiplying both sides, but I also see that this is times 80. So I multiply this by 80, and I get 224. After calling the local hospital to schedule an appointment, patients are asked to stay on the line to participate in a brief survey regarding their experience with the hospital. After compiling the results of the survey, the hospital concluded 84% thought their experience were outstanding. If the hospital's conclusion valid? Okay. They're scheduling an appointment, they're asking about, and they're doing it by phone. Okay, so you have to ask yourself, is everybody making their appointments by phone? Because I know I make my doctor's appointments online. So if they're only asking the people that are making it calling, we're excluding somebody. And once we are excluding, this is not valid because we didn't consider the entire population of people making the appointment. Okay? So in order for things to be valid, they have to be random. That's the word we're looking for, and it all has to be inclusive. Remember about the true, sorry for scrolling back and forth. Remember about the true and false questions that I asked at the end of practice, where it's like, hey, what I was hinting at is all surveys have to be inclusive, including everybody, and random. Okay, every guest. Ooh, that sure sounds inclusive. Every guest at the engineering convention was assigned a number. Okay, walk through the door, I give you a number, give you a ticket. At the end of the convention, one of these numbers was, ooh, love that word, randomly chosen. The guest matching the number would win a laptop and computer. All the guests at the convention have an equal chance. Yep. Yes. And yes. And so this is yes. It's everybody, which that does the inclusion. And it is random. So that is a perfect random. Got my M's and my W's upside down. Sorry. Let me make that a little bit better. Random. All right, let's go. A reporter from one of the 3 local news introduced herself. Hey, I'm from this station as a reporter from Channel 12. To the attendees of a city council meeting. After meeting recess, the reporter decided to randomly survey some of the attendees, I like that word, asking them to name their favorite local channel. She concluded that the city's favorite channel is 12. Was it valid? Yes, it's random, but it's also biased by her introducing herself from channel 12. People want to be on camera. Is she going to put the people on camera that say, oh, and picture the channel 12 reporter asking if what your favorite channel is, and they're filming it, and you think it's going to be aired, you're not going to say, oh, my favorite channel is 13. Channel 12 doesn't do a very good job. So by her introducing herself, it is biased. So is her conclusion valid? No. And it's because she's from channel 12. And that concludes your review. Make sure when you are answering questions about random and valid, if you are asking about conclusions or valid, make sure everybody is involved and the questions are asked to people and the population is picked to be random.